Hello, hello. I guess I'm live right now. Okay, today I'm going to talk about a very difficult topic, which is I'm not expert about any news anchoring at all. Just a second. I'm not expert in any news anchoring at all. I'm just a nerd. I'm here to make you aware about a topic which is currently going on. And if you want more detail about it, more precise notes about it, go to expert, go to news channels, and if anything I say wrong in this video about it, then please make me note of it. I will change it. Okay, now coming back to our topic. Today we claim the world record for hosting a flag underwater, a heartwarming and a proud moment for all of us. And there is one tragedy case about which we will focus in this video. No NGO, no religious group, no casteist group showed up during any of these three incidents which happened. Do they only come out when someone kiss in public? What about when someone piss in public? I suppose seeing two peoples publicly kissing in public feels far less offensive than seeing a man exposing himself while urinating in public. I'm I'm suggesting the government, if there is a lack of finance, officers and resources, let me remind you, both women and men needs more security than your freebies in the name of schemes like Ladli Behan Yojana and all. This is not a case about only a state. This is case about all over the India. It's happening everywhere in the India, in every government, whether it's BJP, whether it's Congress. She was a 4 year old. She went to see her grandmother for the summer. She never came home. Let me begin with the one question. And I want every minister, every judge, every bureaucrat, every person in the power to sit with it tonight. If the system had worked, if the single case out of these three bad had resulted in conviction, would that little girl in the Nasrapur live today? The answer is almost certainly yes. She would be alive, playing growing up instead on the sweltering afternoon of May 1, 2026. She became the price of Maharashtra paid for its broken system of justice. This is not a crime story, this is a system story. A story of how a man with a decades long record of preying on children was acquitted not once, not twice, but three times. And then, with full confidence of a man who had learned to beat the law, was allowed to take another child's life. Now, how this happened? Now, suppose a small village in Bhor Taluka, nestled in the rugged hills of Pune district. It is a kind of place where city families send their children for summer vacation, slower, quieter, seamlessly safer. The victim has a 4 year old girl from Pune city, had arrived to spend the time with her maternal grandmother. At approximately 3 p.m., in the heavy heat of Friday afternoon, when the most adults are resting on the street, nearly empty, Bhimrao calmly spotted her playing alone near the grandmother's home. He was a 65-year-old, a local farmer laborer, a familiar face, and a predator who had been doing this for decades. He lured her with the oldest trick of Predator's handbook. Come, I will show you a little calf. A child curiosity, a monster opportunity. Let me give you timeline detail of the event. In between 3 to 3:30 p.m., abduction happened. Child lured with the promise of a calf taken toward the cattle shed. At 5 p.m., alarm raised. Grandparents noticed the children is missing. At 5:30, police is informed. Missing complaint filed at the Rajghat police station. At 6:30 p.m., CCTV breakthrough footage identifies the camels leading the child away. At 7:30, body discovered. Child found mutilated under the cow dung in the tin roofed shed. At 8:30, accused apprehended, calmly caught near the river bank surrounded by enraged villagers. The body was found in a tin-roofed cattle shed, only 700 meters from her grandmother's home. She was she had been sexually assaulted. Then she was killed with a large stone, repeated blows her to head, and then her mother and her, and then her mother tried to hide what he had done by burying her small body under a heap of a cow dung. Hear that again. A 4-year-old buried under a cow dung in cattle shed by a man who had done this before and had never been stopped. What Pune ruler SP Sandeep Gill says, he had cruel mentality. There was no rumors, not at all. The accused three the accused get three chances. The system was vested. Bhimarao Kamble, who is the accused of this case, was not a mystery. He was not unknown. He was not someone who appeared out of nowhere. He was a man the system had already encountered three times. The three times the system had let him away for free. It is a system failure too. Or it might be all system failure. This is not a society failure. This is not a awareness failure of how people consume porn these days, how people think about sex. This is a system failure too have who had given the multiple times to this accused. Let me remind you his charges. In 1998, the charges are molestation, on which he was acquitted. But where system failed? System failed where no forensic evidence witness hostility. In 2015, abuse of a minor relative, POXO Act charges. But what is the outcome? Case is withdrawn by the family of the victim, where the system fails again. The system fail the family pressure, honor of the culture, no state review. Where is Shakti Yojana? Is it Shakti Yojana somewhere in the politics right now? Again, let's come to the third case. In 2019, molestation. Again, the charges are POXO Act. Criminal is acquitted, but again, system fails. Judicial venting failure, no monitoring. And this is fourth case, 2026. Rape and murder of a 4-year-old children. Case is under trial. The system completely collapsed this time. Let's go in the detail of the every cases. In 1998, the first acquittal. Kamble was booked for molestation in 1998. He was acquitted. Why? The same reason that has buried the justice in rural India for decades. Witness turned hostile. No DNA, no forensic trial. A rural police station without the tools to build a case. The result, he walked. Let me go through the case again, let me go through the by words again, my sentence again, which I used in my starting of the video. If there is a shortage of finance officers or resources, let me remind you, we need security more than your freebie schemes. In 2015, the withdrawn case, the second case of this, in 2015, more devastating failure occurred. A minor relative was abused. The case was registered under the POXO Act, a law specifically designed to protect children. But then something happened that happened far too often in the rural India. The family withdraw the complaint. But why? Because in villages across Maharashtra, across all over the India, family honor is treated as more important than a child's safety. The case died. Kamle walked again. Isn't the failure of not just only system, isn't the failure of thinking, mentality, the education. In general, we think if a person does such undesired thing, society will not accept that person. चीना दुर्भर कर देगी उसका. But this is what we think. It doesn't apply nowadays. Person like him not just walk as a free man, as a normal person. He just do the things and he know the system will fail. People will consider their honor more than their children's safety. No law on the earth can protect a child if the people around her are more afraid of gossip than they are of a predator. Now, coming to the third case, a third chance, a third failure. Another acquittal in 2019. By this point, Bhimrao Kamble learned something deeply dangerous, that the law was not a threat to him. He had tested it, had survived it, he had been let go every single time. Just like if a small child is making some bad decision that might using abusing word that might be stealing something, he must be taught, he must be punished for that thing. If this doesn't happen, the child will consider it as a good thing and he will try to do it again and again. Same thing happened with Bhimrao. This was a criminologist called the criminal escalation curve. What a predator is repeatedly not punished, his confidence grows, his crime grows with it. What begins as a molestation in 1998 ended in the rape and murder in 2026. The system didn't just fail to stop him, it accidentally taught him that he was untouchable. Let us precise, this was not one failure. This was a chain of failures, and every link that chain must be examined. In the rural India, witness sexual assault case face enormous pressure, boycotts, threats, social isolation. In Kamle's 1998 and 2019 cases, the prosecution likely crumbled because the witnesses who had initially spoken up were silenced by fear, by social pressure, by the accused community connection. This is not unique to Nasrapur. It is disease that runs through the veins of entire, not just rural Indian rural justice system, also in the urban justice system too. Pune is considered as a very developed place, but it's happening right now in nearby the Pune also. Failure two, family compromise, and the 2015 withdrawal. This is the most, in my personal opinion, this is the most devastating time. This is the most devastating case. If okay, coming back to the point, India's POXO Act contains no provision that prevents a family from withdrawing a complaint. In 2015, a family chose silence over justice. The state allowed it, but how? Nobody intervened. No religious group, no casteist group, nothing. No independent review was triggered. A legal mechanism that should have been permanently flagged calmly simply ceased to exist because a family was more afraid of what the village would say than what he would do next. Or the third failure, no sex offender registry. Here is the perhaps the most damning fact of all. When Bhimarao Kamble returned to Narsapur after each acquittal and withdrawal, there was no system to alert the local police or villages authorities about what he was known, what he had done in Maharashtra. Like most Indian state, has no functional sex offender registry accessible to local police stations. When Kamble arrived at that village, the Rajgarh police station did not have him on any watch list. He was on paper a free man with a clean record. He was in reality a ticking clock. He was not invincible. He was known. The system simply had no memory, and a 4-year old paid the price for that amnesia. Now, coming to the reaction of the social social culture, the street speaks when a nation loses patience. When the news broke on the evening 1st May 2026, the reaction was not grief alone. It was a fury, a specific targeted historically informed fury from a public that has watched the story play out too many times. Within hours, protesters blocked the Pune and Bangalore highway for over an hour. By Saturday, May 2, hundreds of demonstrators, including the victim's own family, placed the children's body on the road near Navali Bridge. Highway was shut for 4 to 4.5 hours. The State Reserve Police Force was deployed. Traffic on the Mumbai Bangalore artery, one of the India's most critical economic corridor, was paralyzed. No one can say it. This is good or bad. This is not an outrage. This is just a reaction. Nasapu itself observed a complete ban. Shops are shut, schools shut, business shut. The villagers that had trusted Bhimarao Kamale to be just a harmless old farmer stood in silence, devastated, protested. They didn't block the highway because they were irrational. They blocked it because every rational option had already failed them. This is what happened when a democratic society loses faith in its institutions. When the court have acquitted the man 3 times, when public could not build a case, when the family pressure withdraw the strongest legal protection available, when there is no registry, no monitoring, no alarm system, people don't quietly accept the next tragedy. They take body for 4 year old and place it on the road because that is only thing left that cannot be ignored. The political response, which we will cover in this topic, promises in the shadow of a failure. The government response was a swift, as a government always respond to swift to public outrage. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis promised a fast-track court, a special public prosecutor, a charge sheet within a 15 days, a push for death penalty. Deputy Chief Minister Sunitra Pawar met the family personally. The National Commission for Women took Saumoto cognizance. NCW chairperson Vijaya Rahatak called it grossly inhuman. The Maharashtra State Commission for Protection of Child Rights entered the picture. Commission within the commissions. Promises upon promises. And the Shakti Act. Maharashtra long pending legislation for strictly punishment in the crimes against women and children was dragged back into the spotlight again. As it has been every time a horror like this strikes, the opposition rightly asks if the Shakti Act had been implemented years ago with its 15-day investigation and 30-day trial mandate. Should Kamble previous case have ended differently? This is possibly yes, but the act has been stalled partially over the constitutional concern about the mandatory death penalty clause. The debate, legitimate as it is in legal theory, has deeply uncomfortable moral cost when measured against the life of a 4 year child. This is what we covered in this video. This is completely tragic. Okay, thank you so much. If you find anything wrong in it, don't consider, you don't go debate with this topic. This is what I covered, this is what I have personally researched from the others video, from others documentary. This is from this research is based from the Hindu and the Times of India and Maharashtra, some local Maharashtrian newspapers too. Okay, thank you, bye bye. Let's pray for this 4 year old girl. I believe the only good goodbye we can give to that 4 year old girl is do something, change in the rule and regulation. Might be we need to change something entirely constitution, even if we need it, to protect any other tragedy happen. Just like in Nirbhaya case, we have changed some rule and regulation to protect more women. So to feel women more safe. We need to do something more this time. This will be a better goodbye to that 4 year child that we can give her. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, Baju, I'm talking about a topic that a 4 year old girl in Narsapur district, Narsapur village, that is near Pune, is raped by a 65-year-old man. ऐसा केस हुआ था कि वो 65 साल का आदमी है, वो तीन तीन बार अ, कभी एक बार मोलेस्टेशन के केस में, एक बार फैमिली की ही एक रिलेटिव की बच्ची थी उसके साथ, जो कि अंडर एज थी, उस केस में पकड़ा गया। बट बार बार उस वो छूट जा रहा था, कुछ ना कुछ फ्लॉज यूज करके गवर्नमेंट का बच जा रहा था, निकल जा रहा था, ऐसे कर करके पॉक्सो जैसे सीरियस केस में वो निकल जा रहा था। जब हम लोग बात करते हैं कि वुमेन्स को काफ़ी ज़्यादा राइट है, हम आदमियों के साथ खराब हो रहे हैं, कई बार ऐसा हम लोग देखे हैं कि फालतू में फंसाए जाते हैं आदमी को, तो हम लोग के दिमाग में आता है कि क्या हो रहा है ऐसे करके। बट फिर हम लोग देखते हैं कि ऐसे-ऐसे केसेस भी हैं जहाँ पे मिसयूज़ कर लिया जा रहा है, इतने सारे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन होने के बाद भी, और इतने सारे रूल रेगुलेशन होने के बाद भी इतने बड़े-बड़े कांड करके लोग निकल जा रहे हैं। तब हमें लगता है कि शायद वो रूल्स ज़रूरी हैं, या फिर उससे भी ज़्यादा हार्ड रूल्स ज़रूरी है। Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. If you, I'm not asking you to like this video, share this video. I just want you guys to be aware of what is happening right now. Please go through the experts on this topic, watch them, learn from them what's happening, and what we can do as a personal to make everyone around us safe. On this note, I'm ending this video. Thank you. Bye bye.